Alright, so here's the walk around on the 64 Dodge truck. Man, the sun is just not in my favor right now. So it's gonna be kind of a long video. There's the hooks that were on the bed originally. I took them off. All the bolts and hooks are there. There's all the old badges. Ashtray, cigarette lighter. So you can see the floor. There's the cab mount. Got some Swiss cheese there. So it's gonna need a floor pan here. Driver's side is the same way. This back section, you cannot see through it, and if you look at it, it's not too bad. Like, it's a lot of surface. I don't see any of it that looks like it needs replacing to me, but fancy gun rack. So all the door panels are there. All the hardware's on the door panels, on all four of them. So this guy too. All the wind wings work. Actually, the rubber on the wind wings is actually pretty soft and nice, which is surprising. Rear view mirrors are there. Visors are there. And they work. We'll keep going around the truck now. So, all the doors work, open and close. There's the passenger backside. There's all the mounts for the seats. The seats are sitting outside right now. I took them out just to clean everything. There's a better shot of the dash area. The lighting is terrible, man. So the mechanic pulled the sending unit, cleaned this whole tank out. It's got 6 gallons of fresh avgas in it. That way, in case it's not driven, it won't go bad with the ethanol stuff. All the glass is in great shape. I think there's one little spot, and you can see it. It almost looks like just a little chip in the front windshield, which is kind of a bummer, but all in all, the glass is really nice in it. All right, moving around. And this stuff right here, this is just, oh, come on. This is just like undercoating, and when this stuff comes off, it's actually kind of cool because there's fresh blue paint under it. It looks really cool. And the frame, like you can see, it's not even barely rusted. Like, it's very, very minimal. No rot, at least, on the frame. So the wheels are just some steel ones. The tires have not been balanced, but they're good. They're rollers, they hold air and everything. Here's the back. Mounted on here and here was 2 big propane tanks at one time. And somebody had welded a trailer ball right there that was kind of hokey, so I took that off. This opens and closes like it should. The inside of the bed is all there. It looks like there used to be a spare tire there. I did not take that off, but I've seen pictures and it looks kind of cool if you can find one. Floor is all there. It does have a dip in it, but it's all there and it's not rotten, which is pretty cool. Crawl underneath here. There's the underneath side. Looks pretty good. No spare tire. I know, bummer. There's a ding right there on the top rail. That's a bummer. So then going around the driver's side, there is a dent right there on the driver's side. Here's the Fender Well. Pretty consistent with all the other ones. Frame's consistent. This is not rust. Again, this is just like an undercoating. You can see it's like a rubberized undercoating, and underneath it, that's kind of cool. It's still black and almost pretty nice. So that's pretty consistent throughout the frame. Gosh, the shadows. Rear driver's side door. Fuel is in the tank right now, like I said. Got the key to that. There's 6 gallons of avgas in it. There's this. You can see there's no rot on there. And here's more of... Oh, that's just something white. I thought that was see-through, but that's just probably where he was sitting in here. So, oh, there's a little hole, little pinhole right there. But this floor is not, this part is not soft at all, which is cool. There's some rot right there. This is where the seat belts tied in, and all the seat belt ties are still there in the floor. And I have the old seat belts, but they are garbage, absolute garbage. Usable, but garbage. So here's the pillar going down. Underneath side of the doors, there's no rot underneath these doors or anything. And under here, this panel looks good. Follow it up front. There is a dent in the door right there. That is about the same size as that one on the back. And those are about the 2 dents in this truck, which is a bummer, but I guess after 60 years, it's kind of expected. There's the driver inside door. I have not tried these windows. I imagine that they work. Oh yeah. So the windows work. I was kind of worried because they haven't been lubricated or used in I don't know how long, but looks like they go, there you go, they go up and down. So that's kind of cool. This is going to be common. It's going to need rubber all the way around. There's this jam. This floor right here looks good. Would not be concerned with that. And this is another, just like the other side, this is brake fluid because that master cylinder was leaking on the inside. So when it was getting repaired, that leaked on the inside. But this whole floor, personally, I feel like it needs a new floor pan. You can see up in the brake pedal area, and in here, it's still good. But you get by the cab mount, and then back to where the floor goes up, it needs to be replaced because it's pretty rough. So e-brake works. I don't know if all these switches work. I haven't checked headlights. He said a lot of the stuff works, which was pretty cool. And so this is the cool part. You gotta see if I can do this. Give the key. Oh, come on. Give the key. There it is. Give that key a little wiggle, a lot of wiggle, and it should fire right up. That's it. She's running. So there's all the gauges. 4-wheel drive unit, he said he checked it out and he said 4-wheel drive worked. We'll go under the hood now. Oh man, the horn doesn't work. It's got a rear view. So here's the exhaust. No, it's not smoking, which is cool. So let's pop the hood now. There it is. It goes through all the gears. I put a new battery, new master cylinders, whatever it needed to get it going. Fuel tank needed some work, so it's got a new fuel filter, fuel pump on it. It's a picture of the front end. So that's running, and then we'll get over to the parts and pieces that I've got for it. So here are the propane tanks that were mounted to the rear bumper. If you want them, they're yours. You can see they were mounted there and there to the rear bumper, that one, that one. Here's the fancy receiver hitch that somebody put on there way back in the day. Here is the seat, one of them. It's actually in pretty good shape. I don't think this one even has a rip in it, which is kind of cool. It's kind of crusty. Actually, it's not that bad. That one's actually in really good shape. This one is the one that he had a fender and a bunch of parts laid on, and you can tell this was the front. It has some old school repairs on it. So, but all the brackets, all the backing is still on it. As far as this is the front, so the back people in the back would see this. There's your rear seat. All the hardware's there. I kept all the bolts for it, so that's kind of cool. And then, what other parts do I have? What a mess. Here is the front bumper guard right there, and that right there bolted to the front bumper. This piece right here bolted to your frame through your front core, or front radiator core. It went through there, factory, which was pretty cool. So there's that piece. That's all part of it. So there it is. That is the 64 Dodge. I'll do one more walk around so you can see it. Oh, the roof. The roof, yeah. Almost forgot that. Let's go. There's your roof. The roof is in awesome shape, not dented. So, there's your roof. All the seams going up. So that's it. There's your roof. I think I covered everything now. So now I'll do one more walk around. All right, one more quick walk around, just so you can see it. If you guys have any questions on it, let me know. Oh, this little doodad here, that's a little toolbox. So I'll get under here because I didn't get that before. So there's a front shot. Underneath side. Oh, there's one other area that I want to show you guys. All right, let me get this door shut here. So on the body there is this spot right here that's starting to show a little rust. This is just very topical. I mean, that's not bad. So this one's coming through, and then down here, yeah, I don't want to miss this. So there's this part on the bottom of the driver's side, and then I noticed, oh, right there. Right there. Oh, come on, light. So that is your fender and your cab, and that is that panel right there, and it goes back, I would say, about 8 inches. Is on the inside. You're not on the outside here, you're on the inside of this pinch seam is rotten, where you can stick your finger in it, but it's about 8 inches from here to there. Otherwise there's nothing. There's more shots of the underneath side. There's like a heat shield, and that is on the opposite side. That's on the underneath side of where that rust is, and the culprit for that rust, which is a bummer, is this right here. This is the original floor mat. Come on, focus. Come on. This is the original floor mat. There's all the seat belts that came out of it. But this is your original floor mat. That's the rear that came out of it, and it sat for years. And you can see that rubber sat on that metal floor, and throughout the seasons it would condensate or cold to heat. Water would transfer on the bottom side of these mats, and that is what I found is that rot in that floor. So pretty common. The repair panels, I think you can find them for about 100 to 200 bucks. They're all over the place. Obviously there's a lot more work involved in putting them in, so before you get all excited and think you want to buy it, make sure that you know what's involved in replacing a floor if that's the route you want to go. So anything else you guys need, please ask. I'm an open book. I've got a ton of paperwork on it too, which is really cool. I've got the original sales sheet on it. It came out of Denver, Colorado. It was a Parks Game and Parks Game and something else truck. And then in the early 70s, it transferred out to an Air Force base out of Colorado, which is this plate right here, I believe. One of these up here had I believe it's an Air Force badge, or maybe it's on the front, I don't know. So, oh, inside the door too, there's a cool tag. I'll show you that real quick. Still got all the tags here, which is kind of cool. Come on, focus. There's your serial number on the door jamb. There's your Dodge truck that tells all about it. And this one, I don't know what that was, but I did not do that, but it is missing part of it, which is a bummer, but the two cool ones are there. And then it's got one up under the hood that I don't know what it is, but it's kind of barely hanging on right there. I don't know what that one is either. So that's it. That's the rundown. Any questions, ask. It'll be up for sale here shortly. Thanks for watching my old 64 Dodge truck. God, you think my camera was older than the truck? Good Lord. There we go. There's a better shot of it.